night. Had a few good positions, but this is the race that stood out for me. Possibly one of my best races I think I've ever done in iRacing. So we start off in qualifying. It's a 2-lap qualifying shootout as always in iRacing. This is just building up to the first of those qualifying laps. It's a good challenge racing in iRacing, to be honest. There's lots of different skill levels, people that you come across that are professional drivers, and this race was a little bit different. I think I came across my first professional driver in Diego Montero. It fitted the bill, fitted the name, it fitted the nationality, and possibly arguably fitted the skill level. We'll find out. This is the first lap of qualifying though. You got to take it quite easy in this first lap, I think, because the tyres are a bit on the cold side still, and you've done a warm-up lap to be fast. But they're just not quite hot enough to go flat out through some of the corners, I personally found. Top-end drivers definitely would, they've got superior car control. I should really know all the corners for Donington, as it is my local track. Geographically speaking, I'm only about 12-15 miles away from it. I've been there once or twice in the past, but knowing the corners is like me learning song titles and names, no chance. This lap was about a 1:05.5, so yeah, pretty average, nothing spectacular. They put me 4th place on the grid after the first qualifier, so all the guys ahead of me had already put in some laps. So it's a little bit late starting in the session, and I'm thinking, okay, 1:05.5, there's a bit more in the tank here, what can I do? We'll see how we get on. Managed to carry some good speed around Redgate, that I do know the name of the corner for, and I can barrel down here in those flat out corners, and I literally kept my foot in there, try not to lose the back end, get some good early braking, clip the curve on the inside there, and just use the whole width of the track. Could have gone a little bit wider, probably a little bit faster. It was alright. The race before this I finished in 2nd, I think it was, and I had a couple of 1:04.4s in there, so I knew my ultimate pace was. The more I drive to the limit, more mistakes I make. So we come around these two right-handers here, keep the momentum going, you get a good launch down the straight, and that was always key. Just keeping that momentum going. It's quite a short lap, I'd say. This version of Donington is 1:04.5. Through the final chicane, took a big clump of curve at the front there, and I actually came across in a 1:05.110, I think it was, which was enough for pole position. I think I was literally 2 100ths quicker than the guy behind me, so I knew I was in for a battle, and between the top 4 we were looking at probably 2/10ths, I think it was. So obviously a short lap, you expect it, but there we go. So into the race, obviously as usual with the BMW 12.0 Championship, you start behind the pace car. My in-car cockpit view is on the right at the top right, the camera broadcast view as such is in the bottom right, and Diego Montero's cockpit cam is what's in the top left, and I've got a few timing splits that will show up in the bottom left. A little bit of a different video, it took me a while to really work out the ins and outs, and I'm definitely not a video editor, don't mind streaming live, but in terms of actual editing after the fact it's interesting. But you're ticking on that a mediocre 50 miles an hour. It's funny because my in-car speed always shows correct, but everyone else's never seems to show. But for the first time I managed to get the cameras showing up on the in-car rear views. So here we go, I'm controlling the pace, this is all down to mine, late peel off, safety car waiting for the green, and then just go. And lap 1 starts. I actually got a really good jump here. I was pretty nippy off the back, and you see a few carnage going on behind, people just losing control in a straight line, don't have to do that. Managed to get the momentum into Redgate, keep nicely ahead of the lead, a couple of car lengths, it's good. Guy behind me starts to wiggle all over my rear view mirror, I don't know what he thinks he's going to do. Obviously you can see that on the broadcast view in the rear view mirror of mine, and Terry's in car, so you can see what's going on. I'm very cautious in these first couple of laps just because the tyres are a bit cold. I'm not a fan of cold tyres, so I like to be a bit more cleaner, be a bit earlier on the braking, get the car slowed down and turn them effectively. Now this guy failed to do it, as you see him go flying off into the side. Oops, goodbye, and then he's gone, and you'll see another car go spinning off behind Montero to mine in the main camera view. All of a sudden I've got about a good 15 car lengths going on for him, maybe a bit less than that. There's about a 1.5 seconds gap between me and Montero, and I think that was a good first lap. I managed to do that. I'm pretty sensible. I mean, it's one of the key things here, is just being absolutely sensible. Keeping it clean. I had a few iffy races before this, in terms of people just having a few clumps by accident, contacts, which obviously affects your safety rating and that's the big thing for promotion of licensed classes, is to maintain your safety rating to a high enough level. So we start off the second lap. I'm still maintaining my gap. Montero dropped that to about 1.9 seconds here. But you know, he's going to try and hunt me down. He was probably quicker than me in this middle section overall. I was pretty quick in the first and third sections of the track. I mean, that's pretty good through here. I mean, we're talking hundredths of a second between us, because the gap never really went down to anything less than 1.5 seconds in this first part of the race. That was as high as 1.8 and 2.2 in some points of this race as well. So I was pretty happy with how that worked out for myself. So still cracking along, taking the chicane nicely, down to second gear and all the way back up through, accelerating through and third, fourth. I do like to push to the red line as much as possible. There we go. Yes, we extend the camera angle, get some fancy editing going on. Why the hell not? So you can see a bit more what's going on. The audio is from my in-car camera. I don't want to faff around too much on the audio because, you know, why not? You hear the glorious rev changes and all that glory and the spanking of the curbs. This corner I've grown to love. I used to hate it last season in this car, so I just couldn't quite get it right. This season I've been nailing that one beautifully. Getting faster and faster, it felt like. I was really spotting the apex early. And that's probably down to the new Fanatec Elite brakes. They're making a massive difference in confidence and consistency in my own braking. So I'm very happy with how that's worked out. So again, I'm maintaining the pace, which is key. I know I'm in the lead by, you know, still 1.5, 1.8 seconds. We zoom back into the main view. And I'm pretty happy how this was working out. Working out a treat, to put it simply. Again, nailing the chicane quite nicely, keeping good momentum going. And we got down to 1.5 seconds over the line here, and I put a 1:05.215 in that last lap, which is pretty nippy for a race pace. Tyres are still getting up to temp, and that's one of the key things here. Get those tyres up to temp and maintain that temperature. Don't get too much sideways movement, where they start to overheat and you get more slippery stuff going on. But the good thing is I'm so far ahead. I can control my own pace and increase it where I needed to, so I didn't have to throttle it too badly. Coming up to the top part of the circuit, the two right-handers again. Usually taking it in third gear if I need to, and the second one in third gear. Just revving it up to fourth, and a quick shift down. Touch a curve on the inside, and then try and hug as tight as possible to the right-hand side to maximise the exit. You can see there I did that quite well, and actually pulled out a bit more of a gap on Diego there. Literally we're looking at about 2.2 seconds I think at this point. And again, nailing that chicane really well, nice early braking and good powering through the corner. I was pretty confident here. If we come in to start lap 5, that was 1:05.479. And one thing that I noticed after this race, when I look back on it, was I was consistent. My lap times were pretty good when I was just driving, not having to worry about traffic or anyone else in the first laps and things like that. I was very on the ball. I think it's key. One thing I've struggled for in all races and iRacing generally is consistency. But this was one of my most consistent races, and probably the fact that I wasn't under too much pressure. I didn't have to worry about people trying to overtake me or having to catch up with people and overtake them. I could drive at my own pace. I'm certainly not a hot lapper. I don't do much hot lapping. I do like to race, so demonstrate racecraft. Diego's going a little bit wide there in his pursuit of me. Again, I'm just hugging that inside corner, keeping the accelerator down, and just floor it out. You do have to be careful about corner going a little bit too wide and touching the curb and then spinning out. But I can see some traffic in front. I'm just thinking to myself, right, am I gaining on this traffic significantly? And the answer to that is probably yes. These are the guys who spun out on the first straight. The lights went green, so it's going to be quite interesting to see what their pace is actually like in clear air. I do come a long way over to the left there, and Diego does as well. I noticed a lot of other drivers weren't really doing that corner. One thing I was good about Redgate was turn quite late. Don't turn too early, you tend to understeer through the corner. Turn late, you can carry more in. And again, just clipping the curb on the inside there, running out as wide as you dare. Diego went a little bit wide, took a little bit too much curve, and had to probably get out in front of her. I'm in 5th gear a long way before he is coming up there, so I'm carrying momentum through, which is quite important. We do generally sticking around the same kind of gears on this track. So 3rd, he's doing the same thing as me. Yeah, it's all very similar. He's keeping a very similar line to me. But he's not making inroads into my time. So I think he's probably driving as close to the limit as possible, but just hasn't got that extra at the moment. We come through the chicane again. It's probably a little bit sluggish through there. I think that's a bit deep on the brakes for a change on that one. So that happens. Take again by about 2 tenths on through that chicane. Coming to lap 7. The last lap was actually my fastest lap, even though that last chicane being a bit deep. So not quite my fastest lap, but one of the fastest that I did in the whole race. I say 105, 171. There was a quicker guy in this race, who was a long way behind though. He ended up on 104.9. But I know I've got 104.4 in me. He did that in the last race in race pace as well. I don't think I've got it in qualifying that pace because of the tyres. Definitely in the race when the tyres are warm. I think I'm pretty confident about that. I think I've just gained a little bit on me here. It's halfway through lap 7. Not quite sure how he managed to make it up, but he's got good momentum, good run through the corners and gained it. So he's up to 1.5 seconds behind. I remember looking in my mirror here thinking, okay, he's just gained a little bit looking at the splits. I thought, just up your pace a little bit. And he gained on me there, and you think, okay, 1.5 seconds away. Let's see what I can do. So you can see my last lap there that comes through was a 105.445, so it was just under 3 tenths slower, but it felt a bit slow when I was racing it. So I had to put my pedal down a little bit more and just see what I can do. Can I maintain the gap? Because Diego wasn't under pressure from anyone behind him at this point in the race. So he was in the first part, but again we pulled out a good pace on everyone else. Hammering through the right hand turn, he got a bit wide there. I think he probably got enough track for that, and that would have lost him some time because he had to ease out of that. So I'm able to be clean. And the good thing is, there's mistakes. I haven't made any mistakes yet, touch wood. Whereas that's a pressure mistake from him, trying to push too hard from the corner and just running wide. And you do have to lift off as soon as you hit the grass, otherwise you go left and right off that quite quickly. So it's allowed me to get my gap around back to about 1.8, 1.9 seconds. But I'm quickly gaining on the traffic. We're going to start lap 9. I normally get on the microphone now and start yelling blue flag, but I've actually got it mapped to my controller. But so far so good. I'm kind of thinking I just want these guys to maintain their pace because I don't want them to start slowing down. Because if you only slow down at the worst possible times, and cause you problems trying to overtake and then off the racing line and things like that. So I was kind of hoping they'll just keep his pace. But one thing I noticed that if this guy in front of me was also gaining on a couple of other cars, and I'm thinking, oh no, this could be getting interesting now. There's not just one car, but we've got a few cars gaining there. So again, just getting a little bit washy through that fast right-hander, and I realised that I was nice and stable. And that makes a big difference to momentum through there. It gave me an opportunity to get the gap up to 2 seconds through this section. So I'm quickly gaining on the lap guy in front actually. I didn't realise how quickly I was gaining on him. But he's probably watching the car in front thinking I'm going to make a place up here. So the last lap was a 105, 181. I've been just to see what this lap comes out as. But take the chicane, keep a good momentum through. Taking a little bit curving on the inside there, but that was alright. Managed to get on the gas nice and early, pointed straight. So I managed to get across the night in my fastest lap of the race so far, 105, 122. So I'm pretty happy with that. Lap 10. I think we had the white flag then, if I remember. No, it wasn't. One more lap after this. So it's the penultimate lap of the race, and I'm quickly gaining on these guys. They're going to start getting into a battle. I thought I was going to run wide there, but I managed to keep it on the off track as we go into the wider camera. You see the race go from the broadcast point of view. I do like this guy's paint job in front of me. From the front it looked pretty mean. From the back it was pretty ordinary, but from the front I didn't notice it until I watched these replays back. So I'm gaining on them here, and I'm coming to chicane, and I'm thinking, right, these guys are battling. How am I going to get past these guys cleanly and safely and not compromise my own race? Because Diego's only between 1.5 to 2 seconds behind me, and that can easily go in a hurry. Now they all got a slow exit off a chicane, and I'm thinking I've got really good momentum and good drive through here. Guy got on the left to get past him first of all. He was going to take him by this guy in blue, slot into the gap, keep my pace and maintain it. So I was pretty happy how that worked out. Now this is where things get juicy. We are on the white flag lap, so this is the point lap. The guy on the right, the funky paint double lets me go. Diego's just not quite getting past these guys. It's a hard track to overtake at speed, so you kind of have to do it on the straights. I hope they let him pass, but he just wasn't. Oh, look at that! He braked on exit, which is not what Diego wanted. He's fallen off. He's 3 seconds behind, and I'm watching this in the rear view mirror thinking, well, and this guy brakes so early. Wow, I almost went into the back of him, and that was almost, you know, a problem. But I managed to avoid it. Keep straight, keep calm, and keep going. Now Diego's catching up with these two guys who are battling, and this guy in blue with the paint job, he's thinking, oh, I've benefited here from 2 places because of the lap cars coming, faster cars coming through. Into the final chicane. Take it easy, keep it sensible, don't go too crazy, and then floor it over the line. Take the checkered flag, and boy am I happy with that. That was one of my most dominant wins that I think I've ever had in these cars, in these BMW M8 GTEs. That was literally pole qualifying lap, and then lead from lights to flag. And I was so happy because it was a 0 incident race as well. I was clean, I was consistent, and you know, that makes me very happy. And that was, hopefully it's a good video for you guys to have watched. I don't often I try and do more V videos. I had 2 from last season with Silverstone and Zolder wins there, but I just didn't get around to recording the commentary. And I thought I'm going to do this, so I'm going to make sure I get this done and get it out in the same week, or in the following week. So I've still got a few videos to upload. But really happy with how that went, and I hope you guys like, subscribe, and follow me more on all my various channels. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys around soon. Take care. Bye bye.